One.
What's going on, everybody? This is Stefan coming with Modern Times Pod, episode 2. We're so excited. We got a great guest. To my left, the great, the powerful, Ian.
Chastagner.
Hello, everybody. It's nice to meet all of you. One by one later, if you want.
Yes.
It's at Stefan's house.
Can't wait. Can't wait for that line. And then also to my further left, my great partner, Mr. Xander Kayali.
Yeah.
And we're excited to bring you this episode. Just to do a quick little shout out to all the Instagrams. At Modern Times Pod, MODERNTIMESPOD. Got Ian's amazing Instagram, Chasta.world.
Yep, check out the Chasta Kimono company at Chasta.world.
That's the website.
That is also the
It's
website.
a .world URL.
And then Xander,
my Instagram is at ZKAli36. That's ZKAYYALI 36.
And then you can grab me at SJRosenberg1 on the gram. But, yeah, man, it's crazy. Just excited for the beginning of the week. Tomorrow's my weekend startup.
Nice.
Got jiu-jitsu coming in for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Got my boy coming out of town.
Hey.
Yeah.
Went to the Rockies this past weekend. You're going camping and then to California. Ian, you're going to be slaving it away while we just...
I'm going to slave away, and then on Saturday I head to Sturgis, South Dakota.
Oh.
Yep, head out for the motorcycle rally for a couple days. Meet
Very-
some friends out there.
Very nice, very
Having a
nice.
good time.
Speaking of this week, today is July 30th. I don't know. Maybe.
We did not put the date, but today is July 30th.
And it's a Monday?
It is
Monday,
a
yeah.
Monday,
Yeah.
and it's our second episode.
Yeah.
Which we're pumped about.
For you guys. The
Yeah,
second
for you guys.
Episode for you guys.
Yeah, like this is like actually like round 30 for
This is
Xander
like,
and I.
Yeah, the 80th episode, but...
But yeah, so you're going to Sturgis.
Yep.
My boy is going to Sturgis for the corporate job, the day job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he will be there, so I will make sure to let him know to look for you.
Yeah. I'll meet him this week, right? Or is it the same guy?
Different guy.
Oh,
Guy.
okay.
Yeah. Different buddy. Buddy's at the corporate job. Can't mention any names. Don't want to lose any jobs. But yeah, he will be out there, and just he said that I guess Kid Rock is going to be there.
Yeah, Kid Rock goes to Sturgis a lot.
He's like, I want to be ball with the ball in my face off, and I was just like, isn't that his only song? He's like, he had Cowboy. But yeah, man, I'm really excited to have you on, Ian. I know for myself, and I know Xander has a ton of questions, but I think like the main, huge shout out is to you and your brothers starting
Cousin.
Cousin or brother?
Yeah, my cousin Justin.
Cousin Justin.
Yeah.
And is Nick involved at all?
Nick's involved, but
As a lackey, he gets coffee.
Nick gets a lot of coffee. He
Shout out to Nick.
You're like, hey, Nick, go open those boxes for me.
Nick opens a lot of boxes, carries a lot of stuff, sends it constantly,
Okay.
and just all around good guy.
Yeah,
you
no,
know? But,
I love Nick. He's not only a great teammate and partner to do jiu-jitsu with, but he's always making me laugh.
He's just a goofy dude. He's
really
kind of like a
is.
relaxed, goofy dude.
Yeah, he's just like a one-of-a-kind guy, but he's so busy with work.
I know, yeah.
Like,
I can't imagine that guy pissed off. I can't imagine that guy mad.
it's really like kind of frustrating. It's just like a ball of just like walking.
Confusing energy.
Yeah, just like walking, confusing frustration that can't really let itself out. And just like really wants to scream, but like we're raised by southern gentlemen, so we don't like.
You just
really scream.
internalize it
Yeah.
and just drink whiskey.
Yeah, you just like hold on to all of your resentfulness and all of your anger, and you let it build up and
Just
kill
let
you.
it eat you away from
Yeah.
the inside out.
Yeah, like a man.
Word.
Now, again, Chasta.world.
Yes, sir.
Now, how long have you been doing your entrepreneurship clothing line, the gi kimono manufacturer? Like, how long has this been going on? I mean, like from birth to where we're at right now.
Really only about a year and a half.
Year and a half. Okay.
Started with like just a few T-shirts and patches and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then sort of decided that the only real game that matters is the kimono game.
Yeah. Okay. Now, are you going to stick with just doing the gis and the kimono, and and the
And no-gi stuff as well.
and the no-gi apparel, or because I do remember that when we were doing like our first pre-draft of like starting this podcast, you were messing around with potentially like flip-flops, hats.
Well, yeah, we want to do like a full line, but
Yeah.
what we really like doing is a release at like just sort of whenever we feel like it, and then
Yeah.
we have it be like sort of like an artist would release a series of paintings or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
do
you
you have
want
a drop coming in soon? Or those
Yep.
blue geese is the next drop?
The blue geese are the next drop.
Is there a name for those gis?
The drill to kill.
The drill to kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe D2K.
I was gonna say, does there any like DTK or D2K on it? Like little patches or anything?
There's a drill to kill patch on it. And
Okay.
then we're doing some final adjustments, but there will be a pre-sale up on the website for starting next week.
Okay.
And that'll be like at a discounted rate.
Okay.
And you get a free like special gift.
Okay. All
It's-
right. There we go.
And so I think that'll be at like 125.
That's a really good price. Like if anyone who's ever done any type of mixed martial art that involves kimonos and gis, that is a very good price. I mean, you can see stuff on
I
there that's
think so.
way more
Wait,
expensive.
125 for a gi?
Plus a special gift.
Okay.
But when
Wow.
the
And
gi
a bag, drawstring bag for the gi?
oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
That's a standard.
Okay.
That's awesome.
But when the gi comes out, it's going to be 150.
Okay, so if they
Oh,
do
so
the
this is a
pre-sale
pre-
next week,
Yeah.
it's 125.
Oh, shit,
Any promo
cuz.
codes or anything that's got to be
Uh-huh.
entered or?
Shartner too.
No, yeah, go ahead and use the Shartner too.
Okay.
Get Jake a little discount,
Yeah.
get Jake a little money, get Ian a little money, get yourself a little money,
Yeah.
savings.
Let's give a little shout out to Jake also. So Shartner 2 or at Shartner 2 for Jake Hartner. He
Jake's Instagram handle.
Happy
Jake-
birthday, Jake.
happy
Oh, it's
birthday.
his birthday today
Yes,
too,
that's-
July
I can
30th.
believe-
And his twin sister, Allie. Happy birthday, Jake and Allie.
Yeah, if you guys are coming to the South Denver metro area or just coming out to Colorado and you guys eventually do want to train, if you've never trained before, I would highly, highly suggest that you guys get a hold of Jake. Again, at Shartner2. He one of a kind type of coach. He's great not only just for helping out the little kids, but adults. Like I said, if you guys need to do a private and you want to do a training seminar, he's one of the guys to go to.
He's someone you could talk to, but don't feel like you have to hit up Jake in order to come train. You can just walk into Easton Training Center Centennial. Like if you Google our number, it'll come up, and then a front desk person will answer the phone.
Yeah.
And we're super welcoming. You can come train whenever. Like we let people from other schools come train with us. We do a lot of cross training.
Yeah.
It's like we're just trying to build the jiu-jitsu scene in the Denver area. It's like if the other
I think the
people
whole state of Colorado.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say-
if our competitors are getting better, then that's pushing us to get better. So
Yeah.
it's like we really are just trying to push the whole scene.
Okay, so we got
it's really welcoming. Just come walk in, and we've got all kinds of classes: no gi, fundamentals, intermediate, advanced, everything. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. We got it all.
So we have the pre-sale going next week at Shartner2 as the promo code. Now, have you and your cousin? What's the next steps? I guess would be for where do you want to take your company, and then we're gonna go like a backtrack, which is really out of order. So I
That's
guess
all right.
we'll do is when did you guys come up with the idea that you wanted to do this? Again, you said a year and a half ago.
Well, are we starting with like what's coming next? Or-
Let's wait for what's coming next.
Oh.
But like, when did this start for you?
What
guys?
inspired you? Like what sparked this idea in your head in the first place?
Like Shasta started as like a graffiti and streetwear type company as like a college project. And
Okay.
I killed the shit out of it because it was like a streetwear company.
Yeah.
And then eventually started jiu-jitsu, and it was hard as shit to get gis.
Yeah.
Like, you guys remember when like showy rolls were like the hardest thing in the world to get, right?
Yeah.
And like corrals were constantly sold out, and even moyas and stuff like that. And then if you finally get a gi, right, like you did everything right and you got a gi and it showed up to you and it was the wrong size, you're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had all this like sort of like a knowledge base
Yeah.
from school and stuff, and we just decided to start importing some gis.
And so now you said you had the knowledge from schooling. You said,
Mm-hmm.
I remember we were talking one night, we did like a rough draft of the podcast. You said that you went to
Yeah.
Metro.
I did, and I kind of like bashed on school pretty
Yeah,
hard
he
that
was,
night.
yeah, Ian was like not a fan of college whatsoever.
I had a really good time in college.
I know, which why I was like shocked when you were like, college was horrible. And I was like, oh
It
gosh.
was really hard for me, but I still do stand by, like, if you're gonna go to college, go for something like super awesome, like what Xander's going for, like biochemistry.
Yeah,
Because you can teach an accountant business, you can teach a biochemist business, you can
yeah.
teach
Anybody, business.
anyone business, you know.
You just got to be willing to learn.
But it's hard to teach like a business major how to do biochemistry.
Gotcha. That's true. You are correct.
You know, and like.
Would you suggest people to do like a major and then minor in business?
Yeah, or
think
like
that's good.
you can even do a lot of your prereqs in the business school, I think.
Okay.
So like it's important to do all your maths and like a bunch
Yeah.
of reading
Yeah.
and like be able to build documents and have like a proper understanding of language and how
Gotcha.
stuff works.
Okay.
But otherwise, business can really be like summed up pretty easily, and it's important to like practice stuff like speech and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like always buy low, sell high.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that the last
Always
time.
pay your help.
Yeah, take care of the people
it's-
that are working for you.
Always pay your help. Never admit to anything.
What do you mean by that, sir?
That also goes like always pay your lawyer.
Okay, good to know. Now, when did you feel when you were and really quick, again, we're going a little bit too far ahead, but how long were you at Metro again? Or how long?
5 years.
And then at what point were you like, I want to do business and entrepreneurship in that process of the 5 years?
I had like started going to Metro, and then dropped out for a few years. Went to do like ski bum stuff,
Okay.
and then moved back to Metro when a buddy of mine started going there
Yeah.
after he did his like time off, and he got into this entrepreneurship program that had just started up.
Gotcha.
And they gathered a bunch of high-end professors and business people, and basically just brought them in to run an entrepreneurship program.
Okay. So what was that, like this third year? Second year?
I don't really count the first year because there's
I don't think anybody
there's
does.
a lot of like alcoholism. So 5 years when I came back, like after being a ski bum.
Okay.
And so I did 3 years going through that program, and then like a bunch of other business classes and stuff. And by
Yeah.
the end of it, I was just burnt out. Like I was done with everything I could do for my entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
but they still wanted me to do like miles and miles of just random business crap.
Yeah.
Like it's just crap.
Do you think that it was going to be necessary for you to start your company?
No, not at all. An entrepreneurship like program is the best thing you could do if you want to like get into business.
Do you think that you need any degree to start a company?
No.
You don't.
You don't need to. I definitely I feel like I got a leg up. Like access to a bunch of knowledge that I wouldn't have had, but you can also
Resources.
Yeah, you can also get those resources if you're willing to hit the pavement, you know, and-
Running,
put
and
in
just
some work.
Googling and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
and just like good proper research.
Yeah. And basically just, I'm assuming, have an idea for a product, find the client base that you think that you want to get after,
Yeah.
and then just go.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and just because you're good at something or like you love doing something doesn't mean that you should make a business out of it. That's like
That's true.
There's a good book called The E-Myth. It's the entrepreneurship myth.
It's, one more time, E-Myth?
E-Myth.
Okay.
And entrepreneurship myth. And I think the premise of it is like this woman is an incredible pie maker.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like the best in the world. But then
I can't look at Xander's face right now.
But then she decides to start a pie company.
Okay.
And shit just goes downhill because because she likes making pie. She doesn't like having a
The business of it.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. So sometimes something that could be a passion can get tarnished if you try to turn it into a business.
It can, and it's really frustrating. And a lot of times, like even with Chasta, it pulls me from being able to go to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like a lot of times I'll be like having to send stuff out, or I'll be working on something all night, and if I leave to go to the gym, I'm going to interrupt that.
Yeah. Now, I guess so. Okay, so we did the school.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've been doing this for a year. It's okay. You can cough. Like, fuck these people. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I was thinking. Fuck these people.
Now, so we're in a year and a half now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shasta, in my opinion, is anytime I go on Instagram, somebody else from a school or somewhere in Colorado or outside of Colorado is putting on the gis, putting on the no gi gear, and it's out there. Okay, we want to keep getting it out there, obviously.
Yeah.
as much as we can possibly get it out there.
As this podcast blows up, Chasta's gonna blow up simultaneously.
I would hope so.
We're just gonna bounce off each other.
Jacked.
There's nothing more that I would like if we could become like the new tap out guys, but like just like not
cool.
with.
Dude, we're like it's like
cool.
It's like you can't shoot your own ass with steroids. We need to shoot Ian's ass with steroids, and then we're gonna turn around. Ian's gonna shoot our company's ass with steroids.
Perfect. I can't wait.
Bunch of shooting in there.
Just juicing each other up.
Now, we said, we have the other apparel, ideas or kind of boulevards of where you want to go.
Yeah.
What's next?
Well,
in your perfect picture, what is next?
Well, there's some stuff I can't talk about.
That's fine. That's fine. That's
'Cause
fine.
We've got some big things coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the stuff that's coming.
Okay.
What is the stuff that you can tell us after this podcast?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay,
Sweet.
cool.
Of course,
We
I'll
get
tell
to
you
learn
guys.
stuff that you guys can't.
We're gonna leak all your shit. No, I'm just kidding.
That's all right, as long as it doesn't come from me. That's all right.
That's
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But we want to move in to having standards and basics. Basics are like your underwears and your shirts and stuff like that. So we want to have those.
Can we not?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jesus.
That's all right.
All right. So you're looking into
We want to have some standards that you're always able to go to the store, or the website and pick up.
Gotcha.
And,
regular inventory kind
yes.
of stuff. Okay. Cool.
And then the kimonos that we're doing, we're probably always going to keep doing, even as we move into this next stage. But these, the kimono drops that we do, the batches, releases, or whatever you want to call it, are really like a celebration of jiu-jitsu and where we're at currently and how we're feeling and stuff like that.
And now, when you're saying how you're feeling and where you're at, are you talking about the road of where you're at as a student?
No,
or
just like in life.
In life, okay.
Just that's just this blue one coming out is just how we're sort of feeling for the season.
Yeah,
it's kind of racy. It's pretty sporty.
Yeah,
it's a good all around tournament gi and stuff. It's a little flashy.
Okay.
But still
the yellow patches. It's pretty sweet.
It still follows that kind of sophisticated,
just a clean look.
Yeah,
it's a clean look. Now, my question following up after that would be: are you guys trying to treat it like something as a signature release, as you would see with Jordans or a specific Nike shoe or something that's a limited edition type thing? Or are we gonna just if it does start picking up, are you gonna have maybe regular lines hey, there's gonna be X amount of white, X amount of blue that you can always get?
We have looked into having a standard that you can always no matter what go to the website and pick up, and that'll be at it would ideally be at the lower price point, so you can always go and pick one up.
Okay, good to know.
But then these drops are just like you were saying, Jordans or some of these other companies that have had a lot of success.
The exclusive.
Yeah, limited edition, one batch only opportunity.
Yeah. And it's really because next year we don't want to still be making this blue gi.
I hear you.
And or the number one that we did, the number one is never coming back.
Yeah.
At least not that one. Maybe a black number one day.
That's interesting.
But then is it the number one?
No. Maybe the number 1.2.
That would be dope. That would be dope. Okay. All right. Now, what do you think about Xander and I's like venture with this podcast? I mean, is there any tips that maybe you could give us, or maybe anybody that's out there that wants to do a podcast, clothing company, any?
Fake it till you make it, man. Or I like to say, ball out till you're called out.
Okay.
That's really all you can do. Is I don't like having anything jammed down my throat. You know, like
as the mic's right in your face.
Yeah. like I'm sure Xander sees it all the time. I luckily got out of college just before this current political wave, but as I was leaving, it was sort of hard to even walk around campus because everyone has something they want to jam down your throat, whether religion or a social issue or something to pay for. I hate that.
Now...
But at the same time, as a business owner, you have to jam it down people's throat.
I gotcha. So, you want us to be out there as much as Shasta's out there. You want to see as many
absolutely.
at Modern Times Pod, postings as was what you guys do.
Well, like whatever you guys want, As much as you can, though.
Yeah.
And as much as you can push it, I think the more and more people are going to see it.
Yeah.
And it'll start to become like a recognizable thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you, I think where you, your cousin, and Nick are going, man, I mean, I think the sky's the limit for Chasta World, to be honest with you. Just the overall brand.
Thank you.
And I honestly think you guys can tap into so much other stuff besides like the gi and the clothing. Mm-hmm. I know that...
Well, there's a whole lifestyle to sort of tap into.
Yeah.
And we really wanted to be really careful about like coming in as like the new people to exploit the sport, because like
Do you think it's exploiting it, or do you think you're trying to provide?
We're enhancing, but at the same time, like anytime you tap into a market that's already there, you're exploiting it.
Fair enough.
Taking advantage of the system that exists
already. Okay. All right.
It's like I need to buy a gi. I have to buy a gi from someone. Someone's got to sell my gi to me,
Yeah, and exploitation gets like a dirty rap, But people are gonna buy gis.
Yeah.
I'd prefer them to like look really good and buy them from me.
Okay, I can dig it. Xander, I know you had some questions for Ian. I want to make sure that we're not just having an A/B conversation here.
No. Hit the inhaler.
I have to, man. Your cat's
literally
fucking killing me.
That's a bummer. Have you ever tried like taking a little cat hair and putting it under your tongue?
What?
My throat right now is like closing by the second.
I'm gonna cover all of your gis in cat hair.
I would never buy a gi from you.
He just dumps cat hair into the package, So back to like your future. Like, where do you see Chasta Kimono Company in 1 year?
I hope still afloat.
Well,
that's a big thing. Big thing is weathering the storm right now, and constantly coming out with something new.
Yeah.
I wish I could like really talk about these new products, but
these details.
We'll wait. It's okay. It's a good teaser.
To put it like frankly, we are trying to move a lot of our production over.
Oh, what you were talking about earlier with my dad.
Talking with your dad about,
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And we're trying to make it like a more sustainable and green company.
Yeah.
But also, we have some events coming. And I'm really excited about those.
Okay.
How soon? What's the soonest event? Does this have anything to do with our other friend who's on an entrepreneur adventure of his own named Philip Miller?
Yes, Phil is definitely a part of it.
And I actually wanted to bring up Phil's journey as well, because I think the theme of this podcast, this episode, is all about entrepreneurship, because Stefan and I here are on this little journey that we're only a month and a half into. We're kind of starting fresh with our entrepreneurship. And then Ian's a year deep. Our buddy Phil, he's starting his own little branch of, right now it's Easton Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Grappling Club. And so right now it's not a full training center location, but hopefully as time goes on, it's going to be added to the official list of, we'll see how everything goes. But We've got. I just trained there for the first time a few days. Yesterday was the first time I trained there. It was so sweet, dude. It was awesome.
Love that place.
Oh my gosh!
And where,
I just
really
wanted to
quick,
run
just to let
around.
everybody know, where is this at again?
So this is in Deer Creek Canyon area, Indian Hills. It's actually called Pandemonium or Unimonium. Is it Unimonium?
I thought it was Pandemonium.
Pandemonium, I think, but
It's between
if you look
Evergreen and Denver.
If you look up Easton Indian Hills Grappling Club, it'll come up, and yeah.
If you want to contact maybe Professor Phil.
Yeah, you could contact Professor Phil.
Yeah,
I think it's at P Lane Miller.
I thought it was Phil Miller. Yeah, Jiu-Jitsu. Hold on.
Oh man, maybe there's a couple accounts.
It's at Phil Miller Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
PHILMILLER Jiu-Jitsu on Instagram.
JIUJITSU.
Yes, and Professor Phil is a coach of ours. He's a professor at Easton Training Center Centennial, and he's just trying to expand the jiu-jitsu out to the mountains a little bit, out to the foothills, and there's good things coming. Right now they offer a self-defense class and a women's self-defense class, but there's more classes that are going to be opening up soon.
I just love that little compound that they're all in. Like, I mean, it's not just like jiu-jitsu, it's like American Ninja Warrior type stuff too, which is like just crazy seeing all the stuff that's in there. And I love that, like, Phil will be like, hey, let's roll and let's, move of the week and so on and so forth, and then it's like, go on a balance beam of ropes and I'm going to throw blocks at you or something styrofoam.
After class, you go jump on the trampolines and climb on the Ninja Warrior rope and all this stuff. It's super fun. I just want to run around there and jump off the walls and stuff, like climb on all the ropes. It's super fun in there.
It is so much fun.
It's a fun environment. They have these mats that are like air cushions kind of, and what they are, you could put them on the water. You could go to a lake and tie them to your boat, and then you just like have this grappling mat that you throw out in the water, and then like you just have these kids like do some wrestling on the ocean, just like try to like, do king of the mat, throw each other off the floaty. It's dope. Super cool. It's like a sweet bouncy mat. It's awesome.
Now,
big things coming all around. Around. We got everyone's on the rise, and we're all kind of building each other up.
Now, here's my other quick question. You said stuff that's coming up. You're potentially having something coming up with Professor Phil. Are you going to be at the August 18th Fight to Win pro event, as well as the tournament event on Saturday? That Saturday afterwards, the 19th, or no, excuse me, the pro event's the 17th.
Yeah, that'll be Friday night, and then the
tournament is the 18th.
We'll be there.
Shout out to Seth Daniels.
Yeah,
Fight
to Win Productions.
Yeah.
We'll be there with what's left of our no-gi gear.
Okay.
And I don't believe the kimonos will be in time for that.
Okay. No. Okay. But so you're gonna try to at least get some no-gi stuff out, and maybe we can let the masses know about the gi, the gis coming out, the kimonos coming out too.
So when and how can they do this pre-order on the package?
It'll be at the website Chasta.world, CHASTA.world.
Okay.
That's the full domain. And that'll be up next week. It'll run for probably a week and a half.
August 10th, maybe?
And in this blue gi, like how...
Hold on 1 second. You said what date, though?
Give me 1 second. It will be up on the 6th, and you won't need a promo code or anything to order it. You just order it, and then it'll run for a week and a half, so I guess to the 8th. To the 8th, maybe the 10th, depending on...
Yeah, it's 4 days. 6th to 8th.
Oh,
6th to 10th.
You're right.
August 6th to August 12th, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, August 6th from August 12th, pre-orders, limited time.
No, the 6th through the 15th.
Through the 15th, okay.
Yeah. And how does this blue gi run, the fitting of it? I'm just curious for myself or for people out there that are trying to order
It is the same fit as the number 1. So everyone who liked the number 1 and who bought it, that fit is coming back. We're making that our standard fit.
So I think I'm A2, right?
You are an A2.
Okay.
I wear an A2 also.
Xander's he's like, fuck this podcast. I just need to get, where's my key at?
I'm about to do this pre-order, so I need to know. I need to know.
Yeah, I wear the A2. You wear the A2. Jake's A2 tall.
I wear the fat.
A3.
No, for the top. The bottoms, I tried on the Purple People Eater one that you gave me.
Mm-hmm. A little small.
That A3 was a little tough in the crotch.
How about the top, though?
Top is great.
Okay.
It's just, you
Dude,
know,
that's a sick gi.
These hips don't lie, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a problem
Shakira.
that we're trying to move into being able to fix in the future.
Like to do customs, potentially?
You know, without saying so much.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty dope. That's not... I'm going to tell you, that will probably be one of the most intriguing things that will set you guys separate from other companies, allegedly.
You know, allegedly, that would be something that even like the high-end ones or the high-end companies don't do or like aren't able to do.
Yeah.
And it's going to...
So does that mean that there's going to be physical locations that I might come walk into and then someone's...
Ideally,
or is this too much that I'm...
No, ideally, no matter what, that is the goal.
Okay.
The goal is to have a Denver flagship store, probably a San Diego store, New York store,
nice
stuff like that.
Okay.
Sweet.
And each one of those would be like you walk into a nice store, art gallery
You
type
see the
thing,
stuff.
and it probably even opens up once a month and gets cleared out with an open mat. It's like each store would have like a big open mat night.
So you would do like a pop-up / open mat night.
Mm-hmm.
That's really genius. And that's, I feel like, the new way of doing clothing as well.
A lot of it is.
I have a friend he's in a journey right now of starting his own clothing company with two of his friends. I'm very close friends with his wife. They just got married. Crazy story. We'll talk about it another night. But Cassie Kaiser, or now Cassie Pitzer and Austin Pitzer, the Good Vibe Guru at Instagram. If you want to get a hold of Cassie, she's a hell of a gal.
She came up on yesterday's podcast and we were talking about ethics of animals and stuff like that.
Yes. And she will slap a steak out of your mouth, but she will do it. She will do it in a way that's like to make you love that cow, but also be a little frustrating at the same time. But anyway, they moved to California.
Oh, did they?
And he's doing his stuff with his buddies. I mean, like, they're doing a ton of stuff.
Nice.
They're I would say streetwear, you know, type stuff as well. But you know, the pop-up scene is just crazy. Like, it's
really
everywhere. It's not just like a California, New York, limited thing. It's pretty much everywhere now, which is great.
I mean, Europe, they call them like trunk sales.
Okay.
You know, and it's really common to like walk across a market
and just see it,
and just have like a bunch of stores that like aren't usually there open.
Yeah.
You know, and like this is what we have for this week and whatnot.
Now, what's the process like if you are going to do that? I mean, like, how much of a pain it is in the ass to go get like permits, or is it just like, hey, you just get a fold-out table and like a nice little section and just hope that the cops don't come? Or
it really depends on how far you want to go. I prefer that method.
Ooh, jeez.
To like actually just like literally open up the trunk of the car and like push out a rack and hope no one says anything bad about it.
Yeah. You're not gonna have somebody like get their phone. Do you have a permit for this? That's like the new craze right now.
Oh God. Some people's children. But we are licensed, like we're a licensed retailer.
Okay.
And as far as permits go, a lot of times it just depends on the venue.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Now, I wanted to get into some other stuff with you. Is this the only thing that you want to focus on, or do you have other ideas? I don't know, beer, a restaurant. I mean, is there anything else that's like been, as you've become in doing these steps of entrepreneurship, or being an entrepreneur, I should say, is there something else that you want to touch in as a business owner?
There are like lots and lots of ideas.
What's like the number one thing that you're just like, after getting Shasta up and running, what's like the next thing after that?
Well, I don't really know, because like as soon as you start to like not pay attention to, like, my main thing is Shasta, right? So as soon as I like looked into like maybe starting something with food or something like that, then Shasta takes the hit.
Yeah.
And it immediately will take like a big hit.
Okay.
And it'll probably drown.
So you can't split your focus. Right now you just have
You
to
really
put all
can't.
your focus into blowing up this company, and then maybe one day it'll be big enough that it can run on its own.
Yeah.
And then you can put your efforts into new things.
Yeah. And I'd say if you really want to, like, if you want to make this happen, then focus on this for the next, until it blows up.
Yeah.
But it'll probably take like a good 5 years.
Okay.
To be like perfectly blunt about it.
To get it up and running, to make it look and sound and be successful and all that it is to be a business owner, you're thinking it's 5 years.
Well, and you're going to have to weather the storm, because the first 6 months are going to be honeymoon period, right? And
I already
then
fucking hate this guy right now. I'm just kidding.
and then the next like year and a half might sort of like have some like blues set in, and you might not want to do it every day, and it might just seem less appealing, and you're gonna have to weather that storm and the ebbs and flows for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Until like you've either settled at the bottom and like let it wash out, or you like rose to the top.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I think like one of the great things though is where your brother and your cousin are taking this. I'm totally excited for you guys. Everything that you've done for me and the guys at the gym, the gals at the gym, I think we're all 100% thankful, because you give us the gear and the tools to do the stuff that we love. And I just want to say thank you personally, because there's been times where, heck, you gave me the gi and I was going through some tough times. You did a pro bono for me for a little bit, and then I was, I came up on some money and, was able to pay you back. But
well, thank you, and you're welcome, man. Like, it's always our pleasure to be able to help.
Yeah, and I just,
and we're always just thrilled that anybody likes any of our stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the quality of it is great too. Like, I've been doing jiu-jitsu on and off for 5 years, and my first gi was the loaner gi they gave me for my first night, and I wore that for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I had Professor Snow give me one, and then I had Xander give me one, and my favorite gis or gi would have been yours and the one that Xander gave me.
Aww.
Just because of just how it breathes, how it fits. I feel comfortable in it. It's like, I'm sure this is going to be like a horrible analogy, but it's like, my armor, you know what I mean? It feels like when I want to go do battle, I want to go put on a Chasta gi, you know what I mean? And like be ready to go.
Yeah. That's by design, and I can actually say like we make a top quality kimono.
Yeah. No,
our shit's pretty good.
No, I totally 100% agree.
And super affordable. Like,
I
wear these gis. I buy these gis. We're not like saying this just like say some shit. Like, we actually train in these gis like almost every day.
Yeah, I mean, and just doing this pre-sale. I mean, you're saying at $125, then at $150. You can go on Google, and sometimes they start at $170 or up.
Oh yeah. Any of
the
the designer gis are going to be like a pretty high entry market. You're looking at anywhere from the $275 to the $220 or $175 to the $225.
Yeah.
And then there are a couple other companies that are even higher.
Super limited edition stuff.
Yeah.
Which, maybe one day you'll have those super limited edition
it's
batches.
Not maybe. I think I'm being totally honest. I think you guys are going to be blowing up here quite shortly. And
thanks, man. We hope. But back to like how you feel when you put it on, like it's designed to like evoke like a certain response when you put it on.
Yeah.
Like this blue gi, like you put it on, it feels kind of racy.
Oh, okay.
And you feel like
a little more aerodynamic.
You feel like you want to go fuck shit up.
Okay. All right.
But the number one you put on, and it's like a classic, like comfortable, and even though it's the same fit,
traditional.
When you put it on, it like, and you look at yourself, like
you feel like you're like in Japan, like training with like
a little
soccer,
bit more. You really do.
Yeah.
And it's been really interesting to see like what like pulling a new gi out and putting it on like makes you feel.
Yeah. Okay.
That's deep, man.
Dude, I would have never known that. I mean, I might have known it when I put on the second one that's coming out here. I probably would have maybe been like, hey, man, like this one feels a little bit different, or, feel a little bit more, flowy or whatnot. But I'm going to tell you, the first one that you guys, got to me, like I said, man, that's like your boy's going to battle. Your boy's ready to go, and hopefully getting a W. But you know what I mean? Like it's definitely like the bat suit for sure. You know what I mean?
It's funny because like what you're talking about, how you get these different emotions that are like elicited when you wear these gis. Like the number one, I feel like what you were saying, it's like really traditional and like professional. I feel like a martial artist. I feel like really zen and like just like really honor and like martial arts principles, like traditional, respect and things like that. And then when I wear like the Denver gi, it's more like the colors on it, the orange and blue. It's like kind of bright and poppy. It's more like fun. I feel more like loose and like not as traditional, more like a new age, like young whatever.
Yeah, like it's like a playful gi when you
playful and like more fun and like free flowing. It's like not as like zen, like Japanese tradition. So I that's interesting that you said that. This is the first time I've ever thought about this. So that's interesting.
Shedding light on company secrets here.
Yeah.
None of you fuckers copy that shit. You understand? No.
Anybody involved in the clothing industry will kind of at least
swagger jack.
Yeah. Well, no,
they're swacking. They're swacking Ian style.
No, anyone involved in the clothing industry, even if they've never thought about it, sort of like follows that when they're designing something.
You mean they get influenced?
They get influenced, and then they design something
to give off a vibe or a feeling.
Yeah,
kind of
to like make their customer feel something when they put it on. And I sort of equate like when you open up a gi, like you pull it out of that like U.S. shipping box. I equate it to like an album cover, sort of, because like you open it up and you see that bag first. Right?
I know, and that's I think that's the most genius thing ever. And that bag is so good. Like it's a nifty little thing to have.
It's nice to have, especially like you can keep it in your bag, like a big gym bag.
Yeah.
And then once your gi is like super dirty, you just throw it in the gym bag, and then you like don't have to wash your big gym bag.
Yeah.
I use the gi bags for like going to yoga or going to like the weights gym or something.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Going to the beach.
I have like a blow-up mattress and a gi bag right down there, just like a little gi drawstring bag, like the
really versatile little things.
I just like keep a mattress in it.
That was, I remember, one of the things that they were talking about at economics when I was in college. It was just like the product, maybe not the product placement per se, but like what the product comes in. Like a Simply Lemonade, right? Simply Lemonade is a bottle
packaging, aesthetics, and labeling,
and it's a reusable thing.
Yeah.
People gravitate to that because it's something potentially reusable. It's not something that like you would think about, but there's just some tick in the brain where you're like, I'm going to use this again.
It's like the Gatorade bottle that has like the little like screw-on nipple cap. If the gas station's selling that one, I'm always going to buy that one over the big ass like more liquid.
Wide mouth.
Yeah, like I just want that like little screw-on nipple cap so I can refill it with water or whatever.
It is cool. I haven't even been paying attention. I haven't seen one of those.
I bought one of those like yesterday.
Nice. I get that with my smart waters. I only get the one that has like like the Gatorade sport bottle. Just
yeah. And then you can like hit it from outside your helmet if you're playing football or whatever, outside the cage.
Just blasting it from like a foot away.
Reliving high school glory days.
All right.
What if you did that on the mats? Like every time you're like.
I've done it on accident. Well, so this funny story was last week at Com. I went to do it like right before we started to do fit-ins, and I kind of squeezed a little too hard, and your boy was just like, and it literally, I got it all over the floor right in front of Professor Ozzy, and she thankfully didn't see me, but like I just was like using my foot like, oh shit, like clean this shit up. Man, somebody sweated a lot down there. Jesus. Like, and then just kind of like, oh, we got to line up. Here we go.
Bunch of damn animals.
So I want to touch on some other stuff with you because I know, native, correct, of Colorado?
Yep.
Yeah.
traceable back to the 1880s.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Now, what are some things that, I mean, you and Nick have done as pastimes as growing up in Colorado? Like, what is, like, your favorite thing to do? Like, we were talking a little bit last night when we were doing a rough draft of, like, episode 2 here, and we're going to touch into it because I want to eventually venture into Xander's hunting.
Yeah.
Was it hunting? You said you were a ski bum, you were doing ski stuff or snowboard stuff. Like, what is, like, your, like, number one thing to do here in Colorado?
Well, it's hard. We have, like, so many things to do, you know?
I know, that's the issue.
Growing up, it was, like, constantly riding bikes. And,
now you're doing trails, or you're just, like, hucking around town?
Trails, street, like, everything.
Yeah.
You know? But that, like, just being a kid growing up. But, like, as I got older, like, the biggest appreciation is the outdoors.
Yeah.
And the immediate access to the outdoors.
It's just amazing. Like, every time you can be on I-25, you can just look left, and you're like, I have a computer screensaver.
Yeah, like
40
right
minutes
there.
away from me.
Yeah, it's like, you know, leaving the gym every night over the summer, you turn and look that way, and you're like, oh, this is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. But for us, it was just like growing up in the mountains. Pretty much, we have a little cabin up above Black Hawk.
Oh, okay.
That's just old as shit.
Now, do you guys go there for hunting or just to
for everything?
Okay.
It butts right up to Arapahoe National and Roosevelt National Forest. So
Dang.
it's right on the line.
Okay.
And we just go up there and just go.
How big is this lot?
The lot it's sort of like split up into a couple different sections, but it's about 50 acres.
Really?
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's more than I thought.
And
That's huntable.
It was an original mining claim. And so parts of it have been sold off for stuff like that. But then...
So you can hunt on that lot?
Yeah.
And successful, or?
It has been successful.
Gotcha.
Not in like a few years though, as far as I know. My uncle still goes up there a lot.
I was gonna say,
And
is
they
it
use-
currently hunted? Like, do you guys give permission to other people to come hunt, or just in the
No,
family?
it's just family.
Nice.
You know, but
So we're that family, right?
Yeah.
Now,
How extended is this family?
well, because
Hunting
it
season's
butts
in a
up
month.
to both forests, it gives you access to get into all those sections.
And
really
that's all
easily.
public land. So if an animal
Yeah.
does escape your boundary, then it's into public land where it's
Yeah.
still fair chase.
Exactly, and really, like the cabin works best as like a landing spot to access.
So is this
The-
open fencing or is it fenced in?
It's all open.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
and
awesome.
so like, you know, over the years, like a lot of lines have sort of been blurred, and it, you know, it's
You're like, this is my land. And then the state's like, no, this is my land.
yeah, and luckily it is all like mapped out and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But just you know, everybody loves going up into the hills and stuff, so it's not uncommon to like be walking and like find someone who's set up tent and like
Dang.
plans on staying there for a long time.
Dang. And you're like, yo, you gotta go.
Yeah, get out of here.
Ugh, that's gotta be a little awkward. You're like talking to some hunters, they're all packing their guns, and you're like, yeah, you gotta get out of here.
Yeah, and for the most part, everyone's like good. You can just like let
Respectful.
stuff go, you know.
Yeah.
And it's if you're not like using the land, then it's not a big deal, you know, as long as they don't make a big mess of it and fuck shit up.
Start like a big old fire on your property
Yeah,
or something.
like, yeah.
It's super dry up there right now. So.
Yeah, burn down my birthright.
Yeah, we don't want that happening.
Yeah, don't do that.
Now, do you have any plans for this fall going to go hunting? I know we're going to get into Xander's here, little escapades that he's going to be getting into, and I am fully looking forward to take advantage of the meat that is coming back. But
I'm excited. And I was actually wondering if I could just like go with you guys, because I'm not
pretty
like
cool.
trained up to hunt, so I need to get everything sort of back steady.
yeah,
And like do the real work so I could like go ethically hunt.
yeah,
You know?
and so I don't know if you've heard, but Grant has got like Grant, one of our good buddies. He's
At Grant Afflegui.
and then he's also got Creations. What's his?
Oh,
I don't know if he wants us to promote that, but
he does. He does.
oh,
want
does
us
he
to
really
promote
want?
it.
Okay, here, let's look it up. Let's look
It's
it up.
super funny.
So
what
so
is it?
really
What's
quick.
got going on?
It's this
Creations. Okay, so it's at Creations of Cement. Creations
Creations of Cement. He has bone cement at his work, so when he has extra time during a shift, if they work really quick, then he makes little animals of bone cement.
I mean, like, no joke. He's got some. What is that? It looked like a snake.
Creations of Cement.
Look at this.
Nice. Little swan?
I know. I don't. He said crispy duck, but you know.
Nice.
And this is the best one that I like the most. Is this like
Little turtle?
yeah, or toad or something? I don't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I took Grant camping for the first time like 3 days ago or something, and he got the bug hard. Now
This is his first time camping
This is
ever?
his first time like really camping. He's gone to Chatfield and parked next to a spot and like slept in his car before. But this is his first time in the woods in the national forest, setting up a tent, camping, and like gathering wood for a fire and hiking around. And
Nice.
and now he's got the bug hard. He ordered a pack. He ordered hiking boots. He ordered camo from Army Surplus Store. Like he's trying to get a bow. He's signed up for hunter safety. He's
Nice.
doing hunter safety on August 11th. And
So
he's
what are
like-
some things
he's
that we
going
have to
gung
do
ho.
that if you're gonna go hunt, whether it's bow or rifle,
Even if you're not
Hunter
hunting, if
safety.
you want to come camp with us while we're hunting, you have to be wearing camo. Like, you can't just be in like a bright yellow shirt or something. That's
yeah.
not gonna. So, just even to be with us, you kind of need camo. I mean, you need a backpack, like a backpacking backpack to. If we're gonna hike, you want to have a pack so you can fill it up with meat and do trips. You need a pack. I mean, man, there's a ton of stuff you need to get into hunting. That's the worst part is that there's like this big entry curve. It's really hard. Like if you don't have a dad or an uncle that has taken you since you're 12 or 13, you know, it's tough to like get into it as an adult. Like my dad doesn't hunt. My dad's never hunted before, and I kind of just got into this thing on my own, and it's really tough actually. Like it's not an easy thing to get into.
No, not at all.
Now, how many times have both of you guys been hunting? I've never been once yet.
I used to do a lot of like bird hunting, bird and rabbit and stuff like that.
And I mean, you're taking your game home. You're eating it. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, just like killing stuff, throwing it in the.
Okay, Dexter.
You
But
know, just
stacking
like
them up.
a lot of like geese, ducks, and
Yeah,
rabbits.
That's cool. I've never hunted for birds.
I like that. I'm like really good with a shotgun.
That's awesome.
But in the past, like
I'm really good with a shotgun on PUBG.
nice. There you go. That's a
I
start.
own one and I've never shot it.
Really?
I've owned a shotgun
Yeah.
since I'm gonna say I've had this shotgun for like 6 years. I've not shot it once.
Dang.
And the one time that I thought I was gonna use it, I put the shell in backwards.
I've got a shotgun over there. It's hidden, but
But I also, and when I got the shotgun, I also got a 9mm, and that was my baby. But I got robbed.
what?
Yeah.
Dang.
Stefan's 9mm out there tipping over 7-Eleven.
Dude, and it was like one of the ones like before they did all these changes. The magazine was 16, and then you could put one in the chamber. This thing, no safety, Smith and Wesson, nice. It was smooth.
Nice.
But some prick stole it. So, anywho, on a story on another day. But so you've done a lot of like
Waterfowl.
bird and rabbits and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Have you gone to do elk or deer or anything?
No, not really. The rest of my family is like really into it, but I haven't been in years.
Okay.
You know.
So like so you're saying that you want to go with him and Grant maybe here
Yeah.
coming up.
And they mostly do rifle with elk, sheep, bear.
Yeah.
Those are the big
Dang.
ones.
Dang, you going for bear?
Yeah. Yeah, they
Jeez.
love that shit.
I'm gonna tell you, we were joking about it last night, but Joe Rogan had the Steve Rinella and Remy Warren on, and they were talking about like they got their camp got attacked by a bear.
Yeah, I heard that.
And I was like, dude,
that's gnarly.
It's gnarly in a bad way. Like,
Yeah.
like I think of like
the worst situation possible.
I just think of like there's like two situations that can happen, right? Like the one situation is like hey, we killed him, self-defense, whatever. Like, it's very easy to explain it to a park ranger or whoever's is it a
Game warden?
Game warden, yeah, that's right.
Game warden, park ranger,
And
police. There's gonna be steps there.
The other is like we
Get mauled.
Yeah.
You're either getting a really fucking gnarly scar and you're barely alive, or you're explaining to somebody's mother, girlfriend, or wife and children that
Why their
you
husband or father.
and you watch them die.
E.
He's like, so like that's the only thing that's like holding me back. You know, like I got a sweet life insurance program, like just in case if something goes down. But at the same time, I know that the likelihood of that happening is very slim. But it's still there.
It's just like I said, it's very risky to go camping in the first place. To go drive your car out in the woods or drive your truck out in the woods, you're risking a lot, but I'm not going to let fear stop me from living life, I guess. Like, I could trip on the sidewalk and break my ankle, but I'm not going to...
Like, not walk on sidewalks.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop walking.
Yeah.
But, I mean... It is risky to go hunt in the woods and go immerse yourself in nature, and bad stuff can happen. But I'm gonna continue to do it because I'm here to live.
I know.
I'm here to enjoy my time. You know.
I think once I can set aside like $1,200 or $1,500 just to kind of get that's what we're doing the math yesterday about all of it. And it's probably about $1,500 to get
to have a good setup, all this stuff, all these packs and tents and camo and all this stuff is probably like $1,500.
And to get the what the hell is it called?
Tags.
To get the tags.
Hunter
safety. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna probably be about $1,500 to just really get you ready for.
Yeah, for sure.
Easily to get started.
If you're gonna rifle hunt as well, then you gotta buy all kinds
ammo
of stuff, and bipods and straps for your rifle and new scopes and everything. It's like you could just keep going. It's just like jiu-jitsu. It's like an endless sea of stuff. There's just like an endless sea of hunting and camping stuff. You could spend thousands of dollars.
But the reward of that food, man. The reward of what you can get is, that's a year, maybe a year and a half of meat. Oh, yeah. If you do it right, if you get something good. Mm-hmm. Now, you're going, you said in 3 weeks?
About 4 weeks.
So you and Professor Phil, and I'm assuming Grant now, if he can get it pulled off.
Yeah, I mean, either way, he's going to come camp with us just to get exposed to what it's
the
like.
elements are like.
Yeah, I'm not going to, I don't think I'm going to have Grant shoot an animal in a week, in 3 weeks, or in 4 weeks. No. But we'll see how many reps he gets on his bow, you know. We'll see how comfortable he gets with his bow. If he gets really on point with his bow, then sure, I'll say, shoot an animal, I guess, if you get the opportunity. I'm a little worried about all that, just the learning curve and all that.
Well, and also there's no guarantee that they'll even see anything. That's the worst part about it.
Yeah, I know. And that's what I was getting at when we were talking about meat eaters, watching Steve Rinella.
There's episodes where they do not kill an animal.
You don't get anything. Yeah. You go out there, they're going out there like 4 or 5 days.
That's the only show that does that. That's the only show where they'll have an episode with no kills on it. And that's perfect. I'm so happy they do that because people think it's like these 20-minute shows. You go out there, you glass a little bit, you find an animal, and you just blast it. Like, they think it's so easy, but it's so not easy.
No, man,
and most days in the field, no, you're good, are like very unsuccessful. You do not see animals most days in the field. So, yeah, it's not easy. There's a skewed perception of what hunting is.
Yeah,
it's true.
I just, I want to go, but I want to do the camping part, like you're saying.
I mean, I'm going camping tomorrow.
I understand, but I can't go do that tomorrow.
I know.
But I'm just saying, in the aspect of being there in the camo, have the pack, just like if we got to clean something, help you clean or do whatever we got to do to get the meat off something. If we do, or if you do, go get something.
We hope so.
I feel very. I'm going to tell you, with the weather that we've been getting and everything like that, and I know who the fuck am I to even comment on this, but it feels like this past summer, or this current summer, excuse me, from last summer. Last summer was very dry, not a lot of rain or water or anything like that. I feel like with this summer, with how much rain and hail and everything we've been dealing with, there could be a lot more vegetation or a lot more refreshed land, and you're going to see potentially a lot of animals come out that you might not have seen last year. and this is just me, like, just winging
Speculating.
my speculated shitty theory, but it just feels like this, and I feel like we're also gonna have a really, really intense winter too.
Yeah.
But I think, like I'm saying, is I think you guys.
I feel like we're gonna score. I feel like we're gonna score
Yeah.
this year. Like, and my reasoning is a little different. I mean, I think the animals are gonna be good, but I just have this feeling like we're gonna put in the work this year. We're gonna make sure that we score on something. We're gonna spend more time out there. Like last year, I didn't set aside enough time out there to really be successful. It's like you have to really set aside a lot of time to be successful, and I'm going to make sure that I put that time in. And the gear, like I've gotten a lot more gear in the past year. There's just something I can tell. Like I think it's gonna happen this year. I think we're gonna make it happen. I think we have the equipment. It's just we're gonna have to really make it happen. We're gonna have to just do it, make sure it happens. Like I can't leave it up to like spotting an animal. I think we're just gonna have to put in that extra time and effort and
check the maps,
dedicate
see what's going on.
everything,
I remember
weather and maps, everything.
I was telling you about my buddy Lee, who I'd like to really have on. He was showing me there's like even apps on fucking phones now that you can like see migration patterns and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? Like, how is that even like? First off, it's truly amazing that that's like an app. Like you can get that on your smartphone. The smartphones that we carry around every single day, you can get some shit and be like, yeah, elk, yonder.
Yeah, people
20.
like map they like upload
Yeah.
if they see an elk, if they see a sighting. Dude, listen to this app that I use for hunting. It's called OnX Hunting, OnX Maps or something. Just look up OnX, ONX. But it tells me every unit, so like every hunting unit, it tells me if it's public or private land. It tells me what national forest it is, if it is public land, and it tells me the landowner's name if it's private land, so I can like go to that person's door and like know who I'm talking to and to ask formal permission to hunt on their property. It's an awesome it's an awesome app, and I use it to save maps to my phone. So it's like if I know I'm going to go hunt in national forest. What are you guys looking at?
I'm not looking at it.
Oh, okay.
I was just like sending a burp that way.
Oh,
So I
okay.
didn't give it all.
So it's like if I know I'm about to go hunt in like Arapahoe National Forest, I download all the trails to my phone before I go out there because I might not have internet, so I don't want to be in the middle of the woods and then try to search up a map of how to get back to camp, and I can't find any maps because I have no internet. So I know the area I'm going to be in, and I download all these maps to my phone's memory before I go out there.
Nice.
And like your GPS is always working. It's just the internet. You're not going to be able to download the maps of the roads around you
Or any
But-
updated content that's being
Exactly.
put down. Okay, good to know.
So yeah, this app is awesome, and it's a paid thing. I pay $30 a year for the Colorado package. You just choose your state. It's $30 a year for all the maps, the public land, the units, all the private land. It tells you so
Yeah.
much. It's awesome. I mark my campsite, so I'll set a little marker where my campsite is. You can like mark where you glassed an elk or something. You put a little elk marker. You could like
Nice.
mark where you have a kill, and then your campsite, so you can like backpack back and forth comfortably without feeling
Stress.
like you're gonna get lost in the woods.
Yeah.
It's an awesome app that's actually saved my ass plenty of times.
So now you said you're going in August, and that's for bow.
Bow hunting, deer, and elk both.
Okay. Now, did you buy 2 tags or 1? Or
I don't have my tags yet, but I'm gonna get an over-the-counter elk tag, which
Okay, really quick. Let's maybe explain the tags. So, what type of
So-
tag can you get?
Okay, so the tag basically tells you the units that you're allowed to hunt, and it tells you the date that you're allowed to hunt. It tells you the sex of the animal and the species of the animal that you're allowed to hunt, and it tells you what instrument you're going to use on that hunt, whether it's
i.e.
a bow or
gun.
a muzzleloader
Gotcha.
or
Yeah.
So there's normally just bow season and rifle season, and so this next month is bow season, and an over-the-counter tag is just a Colorado thing. It's like an over-the-counter archery tag, and it's just like the basic generic tag, elk tag. It's either sex elk, it's the whole bow month, and it's all of the non-draw units. So certain units you have to like put in the lottery for, and then you get drawn out of a hat. But a lot of units, they're not as good. They're just like the public units that everyone has access to. Those are on the over-the-counter tags. So I'm not getting necessarily the best units, but I'm still getting out there in public land, and it's like the generic pass kind of.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna get an over-the-counter elk archery tag, and then I'll get a deer tag that's like, there's leftover tags from the previous season that weren't filled, so they resell them. And so I'm going to try to get a leftover tag for deer archery that'll have the same units that I'm going to hunt and the same time and the same weapon.
Are the leftover
And
tags discounted, or are they?
They are discounted,
Okay,
yeah, but
so-
it's really limited time. It's like I'm going to have to go the morning that it opens up, and I still might not get the tag.
Gotcha.
It's like everyone's going to be like in line at Dick's Sporting Goods or their tag vendor to get these tags.
Gotcha.
The leftovers.
Do you have maybe? Okay, so here we go. On a shout out to where you go get your tags, do you have somebody besides Dick's? Is there somebody local that?
Yeah, so the bow shop that I really I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk bad about any specific companies, but I do not recommend buying a bow from a really big company, like a really big outfitter, like Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's.
You want to go to somebody.
You want to go to a small shop that's like
and get fitted.
Yeah, you want to get fitted. They're gonna like try to help you out. I go to this shop called Bear Creek Archery.
Can you say that one more time?
Bear Creek Archery. It's off Hamden and
Lowell.
Yeah, Hamden and Lowell, Hamden, Santa Fe area by River Point. But it's an awesome little shop. They have like a 20-yard range in there, and they sell tags, they sell bows. And dude, I went in there and just told the guy like, oh, I need a little tune-up on my bow. Like, it's not really shooting that accurate. And he, for free, he didn't charge me anything. He like took my bow and extensively like did all this stuff. He like said, oh, my lower cams timing was off. He like adjusted the timing on my cams. He put all this
What's a
effort
cam?
in. So the cams are the wheels. See on the bow, there's like a wheel at the top
Yeah.
and the bottom. That's the cam that creates the torque. So
we just got to explain this stuff because
Yeah,
we're like
yeah.
rifling through a lot of information.
yeah. But yeah, Bear Creek Archery, I would recommend going to a small archery shop if you're going to get a bow, because those big shops, I bought my bow at a big shop and they put zero care into setting me up right. They just wanted to make that sale and get me out of there. They
Yeah.
weren't like trying to like fit me to the bow and like really make sure the cams were on point and I was shooting it on point. So go to a small outfitting shop and you can get tags and bows and arrows, and they'll actually like put time and effort into helping you out.
Nice. Now, so you said we got August, 4 weeks away.
Yep.
What's the next thing?
Rifle season.
After that is rifle season. Yeah, there's first, second, and third rifle seasons. They're each a week long.
And
But,
then different animals have different seasons also.
I
most-
do, yeah.
Most animals in Colorado are set up by a lottery system.
Gotcha.
So like, especially moose,
Okay.
The tags are a lottery system.
Gotcha.
moose, sheep.
Goats and bighorn, mountain goats, bighorn sheep, moose, even bears draw. Only deer and elk is what's easy to get tags because they need people to actually control these populations. Like the goat population's not that rampant, so they don't need to just like give out all these tags. They're like, oh, you have to put in the draw to get a goat tag.
Gotcha.
But like there's a lot of elk that actually need to be killed to create more opportunity for younger elk to grow and take the alpha spot.
Yeah.
So that's
So you got August. Is your specific
Me
schedule
personally,
of what you're doing?
right after bow season, I'm gonna do what Ian said, just get right into rifle season. I'm gonna try to hunt deer and elk in the same units in the Rockies with the rifle.
And then you were saying something yesterday about you're going to.
In December, I'm gonna go to the plains to hunt pronghorn.
Nice.
So that's a rifle.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and pronghorn.
Look at his face right now. He's just so excited. And that's why I think he's going to get something, because he is just so pumped and ready to go. Like,
I'm so excited about this.
Are you
Pronghorn,
gonna get
though,
camo
is
face
a
paint?
Motherfucker. That's not a bad idea. Some savage stuff. Just to get crawling, get on your... Man, yeah, I'm excited to get down and dirty and like have those painful mornings where I have to wake up at 4:30 and it's dark out and it's like brisk as fuck and like I can like see my breath. Yeah, it's
gotta
terrible.
hike
Like
5 or 10
climb out of
miles.
the tent.
Yeah.
I'm about to have to hike a couple miles just to get to the spot we're about to hunt. It's like there's a lot of pain that goes into into this stuff, and I'm excited to go through that pain and experience.
No. Dude, I'm excited. I think you guys are going to clean up. So you're going to try to get in this fall, you think, or are you going to...
No, I won't be able to go this fall. I might do some...
Well, if you just want to come camp with us, like,
yeah, I may
whenever
do that, you know?
the schedule works out, if you're open and we're about to go hunt or whatever, just come camp with us. That'd be sweet.
We should set something up that we can do. Maybe, like, we all go out and...
Aside from hunting, we should just do a big camping trip. We should just do a big fun camping trip. Just like get the campfire going, get some s'mores, some hot dogs, like you know, ingest some brews.
We should do that.
That'd be sweet,
Fair
dude.
enough. We gotta do it.
We should
before
set it up.
We gotta do it before the baby comes. Baby comes in November, so we gotta figure that out.
We gotta do it before hunting season because all the time during hunting season that I'm in the woods, I'm gonna be trying to hunt. So we should do it like in the next couple of weeks if we can.
Yeah, I definitely think we should definitely try that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
so
mid-August.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. And then I can at least like still get experience hiking in the units or like camping and hiking in the units that I'm gonna hunt in anyways. Like that's what I was doing when I took Grant up. I went to a unit that I'm trying to scout out. I'm trying to see the patterns of animals, you know?
Yeah.
That's where I saw that moose and those goats were hanging out with us. And like it was really cool. So I want to like go to these places that I'm planning on hunting in a month so I can really familiarize myself with the area.
Yeah.
You have to do that.
Yeah.
It's important.
Well, we're going to give a little break on the hunting right now. I wanted to get into some other stuff with you guys. Ian, do you know that they found water on Mars?
I did know that.
He didn't believe me. And he's like, shut the fuck up.
I was hoping that this was going to come up again. I was like, we have to talk about this
He was
on
like,
the podcast.
I'm going to tell you, he was so fucking pissed at the beginning of it because he was like, you're a fucking liar. And I was like, no, I swear. He's like, what sources? And I'm like, dude, I was like, it's literally on he's like, NASA. It's literally on any website that reports anything for science. Or
BBC News, Science News.
Anything that's like a .org, like. So I said something to him yesterday, and I don't know if it was like a really shitty like speculation hypothesis. And I want to see just, you know, let's play
his reaction.
Let's play God Creator here, kind of a thing.
Gun, 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 gun.
All vehicles are going to have removable doors. That's
with what Mars looks like, or what it's been proposed of what it looks like.
If it even exists.
Even if it exists, yes. Shout out to Coach Jeff Estrada. I don't even want to get Coach Tim started. He's going to be like, fuck you, Steph, for even mentioning that. But anywho, for what we're being shown and what we've seen with a lot of what, you know, the NASA technology and these, you know, these amazing fucking telescopes across the world and how great they work. And what we've sent into space and what that has taken pictures and sent back to NASA and everything like that. And how Mars looks, right? And how it's been in like Total Recall or even Rocket Man with what's his face?
Kim Jong-un?
No. The comedy movie with the guy who goes with the chimp into like space for the first time and going to Mars and stuff like that. Do you think? Who cares? Fuck him.
Doesn't sound like the greatest movie.
It's really not. It's not a great movie. It's actually probably one of the shittiest Disney movies ever.
Harlan Williams.
Yes.
Harlan Williams?
No, let's not even worry about it.
He was in Half-Baked.
He was.
He was the guy who got arrested.
He is. He's...
Okay.
We gotta save Kenny's sweet virgin ass.
Actually, a really funny movie.
Do you think Mars, over billions and billions and billions of years, do you feel Mars was like a habitable environment that just, for whatever fucking reason...
Well, that's sort of what they think.
Just broke down. And there's nothing. And do you think that could happen to Earth? Or is it on the process of potential steps to look like Mars?
So first, we'll say...
Ian's like, Jesus Christ.
A billion years ago.
Probably even more than that. Because like a billion years ago is like a millisecond in the Cosmo calendar.
I guess.
Neil
billion?
Tyson deGrasse style.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we can get that going one night. But
yeah.
So again,
it is plausible that there was like abundant liquid water on Mars.
Yeah.
And if there was abundant liquid water and it was like a sustainable
Environment.
not extreme temperature, then it's likely that there was some sort of growth.
Yeah.
Whether it was like minuscule microbial growth or like
But a living
or
thing.
vegetation.
Yeah.
I think that either of those are like pretty likely, or plausible at least.
So right now there is a lake that's on Mars. Everyone's reporting on it, and it is water. So do we think that there's life on Mars right now? Because there's water on Mars right now. I personally think that there's probably bacteria in that water.
I would guess, assuming that Mars is a real thing, and assuming that they've been to space, and assuming
Eddie Bravo over here.
I would assume that there'd be some sort of
The
microbial.
elitists, Joe. The elitists are trying to take over. All right, and I don't think you understand. There's bleeding going on. Okay, sorry, keep going.
No, personally, I believe in space, and if I were to like place a bet, like a 50-50 bet, I'd say there'd be some sort of microbial growth.
Yeah. What I was joking about last night was like, if we do ever get to Mars, right, it's going to be like Alien Covenant. Like, some stupid shit's going to happen. Somebody's going to step on something, and like a fucking parasite is just going to fucking, like, right up your nose, and then fucking out your chest. You're dead. New species of animal is just...
You could.
Now you're just a host.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, you're just like a host on fucking Mars. And like, and that's like, I don't want to say like it's scary, and I know it's like,
It is
yeah,
scary.
but it's just like, he's like, no, you're right, that is
Yeah,
fucking
that's-
scary. Lay off the peyote. No, but
No, I mean it's not like outside of the
possibility.
realm.
Yeah, at least I'd say so.
Do you feel like and I always call Earth the melting ice cube, but do you feel that if we do eventually get there and they say like, hey, this was just a deterioration of a planet, do you think that Earth can potentially ever look like Mars? Just broken down, dry desert wasteland, used to be this amazing thing, animals or whatever was there, and now...
I think it certainly could.
Yeah.
If we were to wipe out all vegetation, right, it'd just be a dust bowl out there. It would look like Mars, but with buildings.
Yeah.
And then like eventually the water would just become polluted because of runoff and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's certainly possible. I hope that we'd never get that far though.
So you said that you would bet that there is life on Mars right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there has to be. Like you said, I mean, even if
agree.
we're like saying that the life is this small
Bacteria.
There has to
Animal cell's an animal cell.
Yeah. I just... When is it going to be where... Okay, how about this? Let me take a second here. What do you think we need to do as a human society? We're not just saying like the United States and NASA and like our space program. We're saying in general, what do you think it has to take for us to be like, hey, we need to come together to go explore at this point?
It'll have to be like Earth dying in order for
Jeez.
everyone to come together.
Jesus Christ, that's just so fucking depressing.
It is, and really, I'd like it. I like Earth.
It's got to be like an interstellar situation, basically.
Yeah, or like Titan. Something like that. Like Earth is failing, and then I imagine people would come together for the emergency life raft to get off the planet.
Do you think it's going to happen in our lifetime?
No.
Kids? Lifetime?
No.
Grandkids?
Maybe.
Jeez. So you're saying 150 years potentially we could be...
We could be at our going rate within 150 years. We could look at a total exploitation of Earth's resources and have like kind of crushed it.
Yeah.
So you're saying that some invasive species comes and joins us to exploit us.
No, like
We've just shitted on our resources.
Yeah.
So
We've exploited our own Earth
Yes.
to the point that we can't survive off of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
That's what I see as like the most likely.
And then we just kind of
possibility
dwindle
for, like,
away
Yeah.
in the wind. So I have something to say. This is so you said something to me recently in our podcast with Aaron, the pre-podcast, that was about something kind of conspiratory about the blending and like a warning. Like there's an awakening, like people are trying to inform us, show us that there might be things out there as like a little warning. And this Mars thing, the whole water on Mars, all that means is that there could be life on Mars. They're trying to elicit us to think these things like, oh, there could be life on Mars right now. So this just
I want to catch up, Ian. Where are you going with this? Really?
So like the man is putting these out, or
hold on a second.
That's it.
That's where you're getting at?
This just clicked in my mind just now. Sitting here, I'm thinking, wait, because you talked about the global elitists.
Joe, well, let me tell you something. Okay, so there's the elitists and there's where we're at, and the elitists are not letting us know. Now, but on a serious note, I had a guy that used to work with me, and his dad was with the CIA. And he did some stuff on the record and off the record for them. And this guy, sometimes he was a little kooky, but there was a lot of knowledge that like you could go fact check him on, and you'd be like, oh shit, he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Oh, that happened.
Yeah. You're not just like fucking like just agreeing with him to agree with him. Like he would give you some factual stuff.
All right.
And what he has been saying is that the last 50 to 100 years, maybe more 50, is that the government, there's two factions of like what the government's going on right now, and that there's a faction where it's like, listen, like you're saying, we're on borrowed time, we gotta fucking figure it out, and we need to explore these options. Or the other part of it is that the other guys is like, fuck it, we are a sustainable culture and environment, and it's going to go on. You guys are crazy, and we're going to stop you at any point of doing so to get to that. Mm-hmm. But the one side is trying to say, I don't want to say a quote unquote good side, but the quote unquote saying like, hey, there's stuff out there, right? They've slowly been giving us breadcrumbs to say, hey, with TV, movie, music, whatever.
You said Rick and Morty. That's a good example. All these interdimensional beings and time travel.
Exactly. That all these things are being given to us to prepare us for like one of these days, a spaceship flies into our atmosphere and they're like, hey, we're here. What's up? And how I think about it is like we're going to freak out. You're going to see a huge freak out. You're going to see a lot of faith people.
There will be a societal breakdown if that were to happen. Like imagine if one provable no shit alien just dropped into the White House.
I want it killed.
What up, y'all? He's all chill. He's
if he's chill, I guess. Okay. So here's the thing. There's two things how I feel about that. Right. The first part of me is like, if whatever shows up does that, cool. Like, let's exchange some shit.
What's good, homie?
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm gonna let it probe my asshole, but I'll give it a skin sample or something like that. Vice versa. Let's try to figure out how we can communicate and be able to work things out and explore. Mm-hmm. But the other part of me,
kill it.
Is like, this is fucking Independence Day, fucking kill it.
He came here for a reason.
He came here.
Scout.
Yeah, this is recon, and they're all gonna, they're coming. We're not talking like nice aliens like the Coneheads. We're talking like Mars attacks and fucking Independence Day. Yeah. We need to be on our shit, and they're gonna come kill us. Do you think that there's stuff that's going on that we can't be told because we'll just lose our shit?
You think that this slow leaking is a real thing? This leaking of information
I think it's possible
to get people on board?
I've without sounding too crazy, I have always believed that there's a certain section of the government or whatever it is that knows a bunch of stuff that the mass population is just not ready to know.
For sure.
You know? And a lot of it may even be like focused around national security, like weaponry and crafts and stuff like that. Like,
intergalactic security, the Space Force.
We were talking about the Space Force.
We already have a Space Force. It's called the Air Force.
That is true.
They sort of take care of a lot of that.
They travel through actual matter, actual space.
No, I don't think so.
Yet.
I'm saying air.
Mm-hmm.
Planes go through actual matter.
Yes.
Space is not matter. That's what I was getting at. I was making a smart ass twat comment.
You twat.
Yeah, seriously.
But again, you definitely think, well, maybe not think, you have a good hunch that they're censoring us to have this stuff brought to us.
I think so, you know, and you can always find whatever you want depending on how deep you want to go.
If you want to be like also, Tom DeLonge from Blink-182.
Yeah. Did you see that podcast?
Dude, jeez. I'm going to tell you. So he was saying a lot of factual stuff, but he was also being like a pretentious douche. Like, I get like why he had to be very, you know...
it sort of has to be hush-hush about anything
because then you could be dead.
Does, assuming that like what he's doing is
real.
You know, and I'm not above like trying to invest into the stars, you know, but assuming that what he's talking about is real, he can't talk about it.
Yeah.
He can't, you know, but saying that I have all this stuff and you can't hear about it makes you sound like a nut. And
I think he was like, you know, again, they're just trying to figure out a way to tell us. Because you're going to have a collapse, like we were just saying. There's going to be a collapse of society.
Yeah.
The first thing that I think about is, like, anybody that's Christian is going to fucking...
lose their shit.
They're gonna either put up, like, a war, or, like, no, you're wrong, and if you think this way, I'm going to kill you.
They're just going to put on the blinders, be like, no, that's not an alien. No, that's...
I'm being 150%... It's like, there will be a Crusades Part 2, and it will just be a horrible situation.
I don't know if we're going to win that fight. I don't think we're going to win that fight. If they've traveled to our planet, they've got some technology.
I'm not talking about aliens. I'm talking about if there's a portion that says, hey, this is factual stuff, whether or not we've met them or seen them or this, that, and the other thing, there's going to be two halves to this. There's going to be the halves that are just like, this is the knowledge, this is what it is, it's fact, take it. And then they're going to be like, no, you're fucking wrong. I'm going to kill you in the name of God, because what you're saying is devil talk.
Yep.
Like, and the other potential possibility is that science and what has been faith comes together, and we have this new structural
blend in.
Yeah.
And that would be nice, you know. That would be ideal. Like, you know, maybe one doesn't have to exist without the other. Maybe you can have faith and science.
Yeah.
You know, that would be nice. That would make me feel good.
There can be a god that created monkeys that evolved into humans.
Did you
get what I'm saying?
I do, but did you hear the stoned ape theory about this?
Oh, the mushrooms and...
Yeah, so I forgot the guy's name.
Terrence McKenna? Or,
Yeah.
But, well, he was on the I think that was the guy that was on the show with Joe.
Brother.
Yeah. I can't even remember.
One of the McKennas.
Yeah, there's two McKenna brothers, Terrence and some other.
But I'm going to tell you, that theory, or I guess not even a theory, a speculation or whatever they were wording it on Joe Rogan's podcast was,
a theory,
is that's, you know, they ate mushrooms or a certain type of, you know, fungi, whatever it might be, and then that genetically changed into what we are. That is very
That's possible.
Very possible.
It just expands the mind, swells the mind, and like over lots of swelling, that's just the expansion.
The question is that can we evolve? Can the human evolve based off on, just whatever that theory might be.
I have a theory that, like, right now, evolution's not occurring because it's just too easy to survive. In order for evolution to occur, there has to be natural selection. There has to be a selective pressure that is choosing against a trait and choosing for a trait. There has to be a mutation that is selected for and selected against. But right now, it's too easy to survive.
A reason to survive. Like, there has to be a catalyst to...
Like a natural disaster thing.
Like the color of a bird's coat, the color of their fur, like...
Or maybe, like...
A mutation in their genes just changes that phenotype, what is expressed in their fur, or feathers, I guess.
Yeah.
Or you could say, like, in the case of, like, a nuclear fallout, maybe some people are able to deal with...
Radiation better than others.
Radiation, and those people start to survive a little bit better.
Interesting.
So right now it's too easy to survive, though. Like, no bad genes can die off if everyone can go to McDonald's and get a McDouble for $1. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If homeless people can, like, sit and end up collecting $10 an hour in quarters and still survive, like, no one's dying off. It sounds really dark. Like, oh, I think that the bottom percent needs to die, but that's how growth occurs. Is like.
So you essentially want to purge?
No, I don't want to purge, but I think that like
for us to take next steps, we have to have some stuff happen.
The civilization that we live in is just like too easy. It's too easy to survive. I think like we need to get back to nature a little bit. I feel that's why I like
We're
to
catered too much, you think?
Yeah.
Is that because of technology and like what we talked about a while back, the options of life? There's so many options that you can get. There's food, dating, phones, whatever. There's so many options. Is that what's the issue? Or is it just...
I think, like, other people's evolutionary success in being smart and being able to invent new things and invent the wheel, their success made it too easy for me to survive in my birth. So, like, man, I don't know how to say this. It's just, like, other people being smart and creating things and making the culture better. Just like better culture makes it too easy for me to survive, and then everyone's surviving till they're 90. It's like, that's not natural. Like, I see some people walking around and it sounds really weird, but I'm like, that person like shouldn't be alive. Like, based on how nature works, like that person would not have made it to like 90 with their respirator in their wheelchair and stuff. Like, someone invented that respirator and exactly, someone invented that's allowing them to survive, and like I don't think that really should have been invented. I think that it feels more right for me to like be in the woods. Obviously, I carry a backpack and wear a nice camo that someone invented for me, and I carry a nice compound bow that some engineers designed for me. So it's like I'm a hypocrite in saying that, but I think we do need to move a little bit away from reliance on the system and more like reliance in yourself and your ability to provide or just forage for vegetables and fruits in the woods and things like that.
To get back to the
stoned
space,
ape?
Not the stoned ape, but the space stuff. Do you feel that, maybe just throwing this out there, I feel like if we had a better political prowess and initiative, and this is not me digging at Trump. I don't even, it has nothing bearing on what it is whatsoever, because I don't think necessarily, at this point, the presidency is a spokesperson. But do you feel if we could get a new wave of government and to say, hey, we need to figure out climate change / global warming. We need to figure out transportation and this, that, or the other, whether it's healthier transportation here on Earth as well as getting into space. Do you think that it could be something that could be attainable in our lifetime? Or is this something that, again, you're saying it's got to be the last second shot?
Well, progress is attainable, always, and that sort of just requires the right people taking the right steps, like progress starts with you, not like, not to be cliche, but don't try and change the world, try and change your block, So like
what we're doing with this podcast.
Yeah. But like little things like picking up trash when you leave the gym. There's always
Shit
always
around.
yeah, just pick it up, throw it in the trash can, and then that like can magnify over the populace. As far as, I don't know if going to space and like living in space is a viable option. You know, like I sort of see like if that is how we end up, it being like Wall-E, where we're just on like an eternal cruise ship. And
oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I don't even think about it like that. Christ, are you kidding me? Come on, man.
well, I mean, I hope not. But
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
I want to be a fat guy in a recliner. I already am, but all right. Water on Mars, man. It's trippy.
Crazy stuff.
Definitely. I was shocked.
And just like going back to the whole like government and everything, this water on Mars, to me, it just clicks to me as a huge breadcrumb that's being left by someone for us to have these thoughts like, wow, water on Mars means that there's life on Mars, and that means that there's life other than life on Earth, and that means that we might get a visit sometime soon. Like I think that when we saw this water on Mars thing, it just like clicked for me. Like, whoa, what if that theory of the slowly introducing you to all these things is a real thing?
Yeah.
I think that's a good theory. You know, it's like just sort of getting everybody ready for what might come. You know.
Yeah.
I just don't want, you know, our kids or our kids' kids or our kids' kids' kids. I mean, like, I want to be like maggot food thousands of years from now before some shit goes down, where we're put into a situation like you're saying, like where it's like apocalyptic almost, where that's where it's like we got to do the Hail Mary or the human race and whatever animal or anything is done. And I just, you know, I just want it to happen sooner. You know what I mean? Like, I just want...
want a security for the future.
Yeah. And I
Plan
know
that.
that's so shitty to say, because it's
No,
like
that-
never plan, you know, it's tough to like plan for like a civilization, but...
Or it's tough to plan for an alien invasion.
Yeah, that too, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It just pisses me off because it's like, I feel like there's so many like... yeah, of course you have to think like this, or of course you have to plan like that. And there's people that are in power that are not doing it. Or, again, it's that side thing that we're talking about, or been talking about. We can't like, they know you can't fucking handle it. Like,
Yeah.
9 out of 10 people will just be like, fuck this, and like,
your brain will explode.
Yeah.
Just from like the pure stress of knowing
Exactly.
some of this shit.
Yeah.
Well, but I wonder, like, once again, it kind of goes back to, like, I'm scared that something bad might happen in the woods, but I'm still going to go to the woods. Like,
You have to explore it, because if you don't, it could be maybe not life-threatening.
or, like, I'm not, just because, like, aliens might visit us at some time doesn't mean I'm not going to have kids. I'm still going to be willing to put kids into this world, even if it's kind of a shitty world.
Yeah.
I guess, like, I gotta experience life. I'm, like... I don't know. Like, I can't let fear of things like inhibit my life from happening the way it would have happened if I wasn't afraid of something. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I get it.
You can't let
I'm just
fear
like
do
sitting
that.
here like stewing angrily, like just wanting to fucking figure it out. Like, you
Well,
know,
Yeah.
Also, like, you want all this stuff to be done, but that costs a lot of fucking money to go to space.
I understand that.
And how
you
pissed
know,
off are we gonna be when, like, all the money is going to space?
Tax rates go up way
Yeah.
up, like 10% more for
Yeah.
everyone.
Jesus, I can't even.
They go way up so we can send some rockets that may or may not work. You
Yeah,
know?
right.
How pissed off is
It's like-
everyone gonna be then? Like, you wasted all that motherfucking money
I know.
on
Elon
space?
Musk, let's get it fucking going, Elon.
That's our
Jeez,
dude.
I
That's
know.
our
Yeah,
dude.
I feel like he's step by step trying to help civilization for
Yeah.
sure. And
Yeah, we need more Elon Musk.
yeah.
We
You know,
appreciate
we
you, Elon. If you ever want to come on the podcast,
If you ever want to give us a Tesla,
we're open to sponsorships too. We got the boring boring
Yeah.
flamethrowers.
Getting a boring company sponsorship would be the best.
Hey, Elon, where you at, cuz?
We're gonna tag Elon on. Like, Elon, please, like, just skip through the hour of bullshit of us talking to get to you
Just hear it
for
out.
Tesla.
Yeah, seriously. At Elon Musk, at Tesla, at boring.
Oh man! All right. Well, I want to wrap this up. Not like right now, but closing subject matter. Okay, we're gonna get back to the sports aspect of it.
Sports are good old-fashioned
Final.
dumb human stuff.
Yeah. So final words are on, and me and Xander's first episode was about this, but Conor McGregor. Good old Conor.
Is there any updates?
Updates.
No idea.
Is there?
Oh, there's updates.
Oh, shit!
So, trial happened.
Okay.
Trial happened, and he got
Community service.
3 to 5 days of anger management and fines. Give a little recap.
Privileges!
Give a little recap. Conor McGregor, grown 30-year-old male adult, thought it was okay to pick up a moving dolly and throw it at a bus of a rival and injuring 2 people and emotionally fucking up a couple other people. Easily, any one of us 3 would probably be in a New York State
Penitentiary.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know.
You'd probably be in like a county jail for
Assault.
Well, it depends on how many offenses you've had before.
That is true. But this
First
guy,
offense, you're like, well, especially in New York, they'll let you go.
yeah, that
You
is
might
true.
get more community service,
Yeah,
but
and some probation.
A big fine, you probably won't.
He didn't even get probation. He didn't get He had no probation, no nothing.
Seems weird.
Which brings me back to my point about business earlier, which it was always pay your lawyer. And
Conor did that?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I'm sure Conor paid more, not only just to his lawyer, but to the state of New York.
Yeah.
And I'm sure on some stuff too.
and never admit to anything.
Oh, never. Would you?
No.
Yeah, fuck no.
So
I'm
what,
not
you're
even admit to this.
It's like, I don't want to be tagged that you guys put me on this fucking show.
someone's like, yo, I saw that you were on their podcast the other night. What? No, I'll never go on that podcast. That podcast sucks.
So-
Choose to just ignore that question.
So immediately he comes out. I'm very thankful to the New York judicial system, to my fans, my family, my friends, everybody. Thank you guys so much. You'll see me soon, basically, was kind of like how he was saying it. They question his manager, or they get his manager in an interview, and word is going around. We're looking at October 9th, which I think is way too soon in my personal opinion. But October 9th, fight, Madison Square Garden,
Nice.
Khabib, Conor.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, they're thinking MSG. They're thinking MSG, lightweight title at 155.
My question is, what happens to Tony Ferguson, bro? He got so screwed over.
Oh, hold on. I want to focus on Conor because I will give you 5 minutes of Tony Ferguson easily any day of the week. Does he... Okay, first off, should he be allowed to fight for the belt right away?
Judge Ian.
Because he's going down weight class, right?
No,
He had the belt and he didn't fight. He had to basically give up the belt. So
They took the belt away from him because he was doing his shit with Floyd. And, they were like, okay, listen, you held up the featherweight division, you held up now the the lightweight division. We're taking the belts. You are not the champ. We're going to fight for the title that's going to be fought between Tony Ferguson and Khabib, which that fucking didn't happen because, Tony's, fucking stupid and wearing sunglasses on the inside.
It was not...
He tripped over some
It was
wires.
glasses, not sunglasses. That was... It was... It came out that it was regular glasses.
Oh,
Sunglasses, not sunglasses.
All right, fair enough. Whatever. How do you not fucking see a fucking cable?
I trip all the time.
I heard he was walking. Someone behind him called his name. He turned around while he was still walking and tripped over a cable, and like his ACL or
whatever exploded.
some tendon got torn from the bone completely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely separated.
So you continue to walk and look behind you when somebody calls your name.
No, I mean
I do that.
Okay,
shit
so
all
there-
the time.
I think it's
I really do. I'm like a walking mess. So I understand.
it's a fluke
I feel,
situation.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
feel
like
for the
any.
guy.
I don't think bad of Tony for like that happening. I feel sorry for Tony that happened.
Regularly, I know. We feel bad for Tony for regularly getting hurt. Yeah, I know. Okay,
I guess.
I hear you. Do you think?
So no one
Does
No
Connor
one-
deserve it?
no one beat him, right?
Connor never lost. They
And-
basically just stripped him for not
Yeah.
continuingly to fight in the divisions. Do you feel it's okay that he just comes right back after this bullshit that happened to be able to fight for the belt right away?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Well, if you like really want to like just be stern about it, he's still the champ. Like it still hasn't been stripped.
I agree.
And he.
I like to set it up
he
that I'm an
could-
asshole and that I don't like him, but secretly, like, I have like a little fucking shrine in my closet. And I'm like, I'm just a descendant of the Irish. I'm gonna be able to do it too. When I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, and if they wanted to make him fight and like drag it out, he could walk through everybody, right?
No, he could.
Maybe not walk through.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna tell you really quick. I think he could go through any of those guys in the top 5 of the lightweight, including
Yeah.
Khabib, the champ, and clean house.
I think he at least has a really good chance.
You're making a face. Why? Who's gonna stop him?
Well,
Minus Khabib. Who's gonna stop him?
I don't know who is gonna stop him, but I think he has a strong chance.
Hold on.
Khabib.
So you're
I think Khabib's gonna win.
Nice.
okay. So you're switching from the first step.
I didn't say that
You
I
said
thought
Conor-
Connor was gonna win. I said that it's a perfect matchup of a grappler versus striker, and whoever gets their game plan going has the opportunity to win. I said I could see Tony
That's right,
shooting a
okay.
shot and Connor landing a knockout uppercut, but I could also see Tony Khabib shooting a shot and it getting deep and him getting Connor to the ground and Connor not being able to get back up.
Okay. So you think Khabib?
It's a stylistic matchup of like the ages. It's like the best striker versus the best grappler. It's awesome, and I'm fan grappling. I'm team grappling.
I'm team grappling too, but I'm actually fuck that. I'm team Connor. Fuck
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You're not team grappling. You're team Connor in this case.
Like me personally, team like grappling. Like for me and my endeavors.
for your path, yeah.
Yeah, but like all right. So So here we go. October 9th, stack card. We got John Jones pissing clean for once, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. He's not going to be on the card. But you got Connor, Khabib. Who you got? October.
What are Khabib's stats? I don't follow it enough. Is he a black belt?
He taps out black belts. He's a beast. He's like amazing grappler. It's just
He talks
and
to people.
His stand-up's good. Like,
No.
It's
I
not-
think his stand-up's pretty trash.
It's
for that level of martial arts.
All right.
For the level that he's at, he's an elite UFC fighter. About to, I mean, he kind of has a strap, I guess. Who knows who has the strap really? But I mean, he's got some type of strap. He should be better at striking than he is. But his stand-up and ground grappling is so impeccable that it makes up for it. Specialists are good. Connor's not known for his grappling, you know.
No, but he's not like a chump. He's a brown belt, right?
I know.
Yeah, he's a brown belt.
He's a brown belt, and his striking is legit.
And he's been training with Dylan so much, and
That's true.
I think I understand Dylan Dennis is now doing this. He's changed his persona and character. Right?
Yeah.
We've known Dylan Dennis as, the quiet jiu-jitsu black belt who...
Young killer,
humble. And now he's
not
this
humble.
Rock star. And Marcelo kicked him out, right?
Yeah. Marcelo Garcia, probably the GOAT of jiu-jitsu.
Kicked him out of the gym.
He's up there.
One of the GOATs.
And doesn't want him back until whatever changes.
Because Marcelo Garcia's whole thing is that he's like the good dude. He's the nice dude. Everyone's welcome in his gym. He's like a super
Jiu-jitsu is
good guy.
bigger. Jiu-jitsu's bigger than the person who's doing
Exactly.
the training.
He's not like a showboaty kind of guy. He's just like a good representative of the martial art. And Dylan Dennis is trying to be the star. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But is that wrong? Whatever. We're getting off on too many subjects. Conor, Khabib, 155. Conor hasn't fought in almost a year. Is he winning?
I'm sure he didn't fight in jail at all. Like, not once.
He was there, bro. Listen.
I know.
He was in Brooklyn jail, and I'm sure he had a fucking steak delivered to that fucking jail, and he was eating steak and waiting to get the fuck out.
I bet it was like the best night of Brooklyn jail
that anyone has ever fucking had in New York.
Everyone had a blast. A lot of drunk people came in.
Oh, fuck yeah. They see Conor sitting there and fucking...
Probably a
his
steak.
Cashmere. Yeah, exactly.
Cufflinks that are worth more than like everybody else in Sal's car.
Exactly.
It's a hard one. I think I want to go with Khabib. You know, I was really hoping for another Conor Diaz fight.
I want that too.
That's sort of like when I was hoping to see Conor next.
Yeah. What do you think about this Saturday? If you didn't know, this Saturday, TJ Dillashaw, Cody Garbrandt 2.
And Mighty Mouse Cejudo. Oh wait.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse and Cejudo. Yep.
Okay.
And
2 as well, right?
That's their second fight. Yeah.
And we know who's winning. I mean, no, anything could happen, but my money's on DJ.
Oh, for the Cejudo fight.
Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
DJ. Yeah.
What do you think's gonna happen with TJ? Look at Ian. He's just like, I was like, I don't know.
You've heard mine twice. No. You've heard my
I know. I'm gonna tell you. I think TJ's gonna fucking. I think
Merc.
And I know. We were talking about it. I think TJ's just gonna fucking one hit quick. So yeah, and so here's how I feel like Saturday night's gonna go.
You
Saturday
think he gets it in one hit?
Oh yeah.
Not first hit of the fight.
Not first hit of the fight, but
stand-up knockout.
Yeah, he's gonna catch Cody, and he's gonna fucking rock.
Lights out.
Now, here's how I think Saturday night's gonna go. All right, you're gonna have everybody on the card. You're gonna see some good, either 3-round fights, some knockouts, some cool chokes, or cool submissions, and then we're gonna get to DJ, and we're gonna get to Henry, and DJ's gonna win. Right, and I don't know how he wins. I feel personally DJ might just fucking 5-round piece Cejudo.
Cejudo's a wrestler, right?
Yeah, and you were at my house for the first time that they fought, because that was the Bisping Rockhold fight.
Oh yeah.
And he TKO'd Cejudo because Cejudo, for whatever reason, as a wrestler, was just very shitty on a stand-up clinch. Like, DJ got him with like an elbow, and he was kneeing him and shit. And as I sit here on a couch, fucking 60 pounds overweight, being able to describe this right now, and like I could do better, but DJ, I mean, I felt like it was like intro 101,
It was like fundamentals class. It was just like an expo.
Just putting the work on him.
Like free seminar for Cejudo.
For sure. Right? I don't know if that's going to happen again this time. I feel like Henry might push him 5 rounds, and DJ will win by points, and because he's the champ, unless the Las Vegas screw job, Dana's like, I don't give a fuck, like, fuck DJ, he's not going to win, which I doubt that he would, but I think DJ wins in 5. Pending on who wins in the main fight between TJ and Cody, because I don't want to see Cody and Demetrius Johnson fight.
There's no hype on that.
There's no, not only that, but there's no need for it. They've been building DJ and TJ against each other.
I agree.
You have TJ win, which I would think is a spectacular knockout of the ages. Probably one of the best ones of 2018. He catches Cody. First thing that he says is, DJ, where are you at? Let's do this.
I would hope so. That's the fight that I want to see. I want to see DJ versus TJ more than I want to see TJ versus Cody.
I want to see TJ versus Cody because I want him to shut the fuck up.
You want Cody to kind of
I want Cody to just shut the fuck
chill
up.
out a little bit.
Dude,
work on his skills.
I'm
build
gonna
up
tell
his
you
skills.
the bullshit that he did when we were watching him and Dom fight. You were also at my house for that. That was bullshit. Like
the dancing thing, the robot thing.
That was all bullshit. I hated every minute of it. It's not even like how Connor does it. Connor at least talks shit and does some like antics with his hands, but he's not fucking breakdancing or doing the robot while fucking. Yeah, he was lucky. He was lucky that he didn't fuck up and like
get lit
and Dom light him up.
Yeah,
he's very lucky. Not that I don't know if Dom would have had the shot to do so because Dom was looking aged in that fight, but. TJ, I feel like, is going to win this weekend. TJ is going to call out Demetrius, and then, I mean, that's going to be probably one of the biggest fights of the year besides fucking Brock Lesnar and Daniel Cormier. Because that's going down. That's going to happen.
Yeah. It's sad that the UFC is like not doing that well in terms of numbers right now because I think that the UFC is like popping right now. I think it's great.
I think it's great for like us as people that train a martial art and like I know that you look lost in this right now because I know you're not a big fan.
Well, I just don't follow like the names,
Yeah.
I'm always excited to see a fight.
I think everybody is.
It's sort of hard to keep track of everything.
I know, yeah.
It's hard to just like.
But I'd go with Mighty Mouse and TJ
for this weekend.
Yeah.
Good choices.
I feel like
those are safer bets.
I just think they're complete packages of a fighter right now. I think both of them are.
Yeah.
There's nothing that TJ does that's not says all around. There's not anything DJ does that's not all around. We say Connor, we say Khabib. We're like, okay, well they got one niche.
Those are specialists.
Yeah. They got one niche, and that's really about it. John Jones.
He's well-rounded. John Jones
well-rounded. Can't
pass a drug test.
Can't pass a drug test and piss clean, but
on John Jones against almost anybody.
Me too. I got my money on John Jones.
I'm gonna tell you
versus blank.
Yeah,
I don't know if he. I think people are a little too much on that when he goes to the heavyweight. I think light heavyweight.
He's going to struggle at heavyweight?
Yeah, I think he's going to struggle.
I think his body type is better for light heavyweight. I think if he can make the cut, he should keep doing that. Yeah. Because he's a monster at light heavyweight. He's too much to handle for anyone at light heavyweight.
What do you think he walks around at normally?
He walks around 240.
Yeah. He could put on some muscle, get that powerlifting going again, and he could fight at heavyweight. I don't think he's going to dominate quite as much at heavyweight.
Yeah.
All right.
I got Connor over Khabib any fucking day of the week. No, I'm just kidding.
We're watching
that'll be an awesome fight.
Yeah, I think we should do a live without showing, like we kind of do like a.
We won't show the fights, but we'll do our own little.
Just like somebody died.
You gotta come up with a clever name like Modern Fights or something way less dumb than that. But we gotta come up with a little episode name for like a UFC viewing party kind of talk.
Yeah. All right, I can take it. So Ian, what'd you think? First time being on.
I like it. I think you guys are gonna do good.
Do you want to come back?
Yeah.
You better come back.
Not tomorrow.
You handsome son of a bitch.
Not tomorrow. No,
this thing isn't going on tomorrow. I'm camping tomorrow.
Nice.
Thursday night it might be
going to dinner with my mama tomorrow.
Oh yeah? Where are you guys going?
I don't know. Probably Indian.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sounds so good.
Right.
Some masala curry.
Ooh. I remember the night that we went. Were you with us?
India's Castle.
You were with us, right?
India's Castle.
Yeah.
Well, we all went. It was Nick, you, me.
Yeah.
And dude, I was like underage, and they still served me like.
Yeah, they were serving Nick there.
Allegedly.
Jesus, this is gonna be another one we can't fucking post.
No. That place was super chill.
That place is
Those
awesome.
guys were awesome.
I'm gonna tell you, I never felt like like
at home as much in a restaurant.
not even at home, but like they made me feel important. And I'm a
Yes.
shitty person. Like I should not feel
Dude,
that
they
way.
loved us in there. They were like having a ball talking to us. That shit was so much fun.
Dude.
I've been there a few times since then.
Was
And
it as good?
It's always as great.
Oh my god.
We gotta
that's
go
awesome.
back.
We should
Yeah.
go back.
We should do a podcast. They're gonna be
Dude,
like,
my dad was saying that we should go to restaurants and do little like reviews, like food reviews, and like tell the owners like, yeah, we're gonna try to like hype up your restaurant a little bit if you want to hook us up on some free meals or something. I
That'd be
mean,
cool.
you know, we should build a following first, and then maybe once we have a big enough following, then we could do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we should do like a couple like
we
little
could
meal
take Max
reviews.
with us.
Max?
Can't
we-
go to any
Oh,
sushi
Matt's,
place
Matt's.
in town.
No, Max, Coach Max, Mordorski.
Oh yeah. He's the foodie. He's the foodiest.
He's
Phil
gonna know.
Jew. Is
Who?
Phil Jew?
Oh, I thought.
Dang, yeah.
Foodie to the max.
Is he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he's black
Dude,
belt.
and he's so good at jujitsu. He's like a geo dude black belt. He's like a black belt geo dude.
Just a rock.
Just a boulder that'll roll you up.
Yeah. I want my style to be like Phil's a lot, but I don't,
That's what
I
Grant.
can't.
That's what Grant needs. Grant needs to channel the Phil Jew because
needs
they've
to.
got that like brick shithouse body
Yeah,
type.
It's like a nice round body
just
shape.
like stumpy legs that'll like.
If I could just
root
eat
into the
healthy
floor.
and go to jiu-jitsu regularly, I would like to be like Ethan.
You could Ethan it out.
He's like, you could even it out.
You could go somewhere between Ethan and Phil Jew if you really wanted to.
Yeah, in between the two would be your body
Yeah.
type because you're like in between heights of them. I think. Who's a good you know Professor Chuck?
No.
Okay, he would be like Professor Chuck.
Like,
We're talking about
yeah.
dumb stuff right now. But
Yeah. We're just trying to we're scrambling at the end here. All right, so you had a good time.
I did. I'll be back.
Let's get the plugs again one more time.
Shasta.world or the Chasta Kimono Company.
Okay.
Either way, you
So
find us
at
via the Google.
CHASTA.world.
Yep.
Same
That's
with
the
your
way.
URL.
Yep, that's the URL. And
We've got some exciting stuff in the
the
next
handle.
next few months coming out. So
Yeah.
please,
watch out for that pre-order. Especially
Please do the
if you want
pre-order.
the special gift.
Early August. Just
The
keep
special
checking the
gift will
site.
be cool.
August 6th to the 15th is what I remember you saying.
Somewhere in there.
That
Yeah.
sounds good.
All right, and then
Do you have a personal Instagram that you're trying to push, or you don't?
Nah,
no,
it's all right.
Just Chasta.
Yeah.
Chasta World. Chasta Kimono Company. Bitch.
Yes.
and what do we got going on?
We
Are
got
gonna
at
do-
Modern Times Pod.
We do got at Modern Times Pod. I guess we're gonna get this up probably in the next day or so.
Yeah, if you're seeing this, you're probably seeing it on YouTube. So I would ask that you please like the video and subscribe our channel.
yeah,
Subscribers
yeah.
matters a lot in this YouTube game. So
And if you guys can share, I mean, I know there's
share, like, subscribe.
Share,
just
like,
help us
subscribe.
out here.
And we're probably going to do another recording Thursday night, August 2nd. August 2nd, we'll be doing another one, and we'll probably try to post it on the 3rd before you go out to Cali.
Yep.
Going
California.
back to
No
Cali.
one's had a
Cali.
party. We're just like singing two different like Tupac
we
songs.
literally, well, no, I did Biggie, you did Pac.
yeah.
So I see where you lie at, motherfucker.
Fuck. I actually like Biggie more.
East Coast, bit? No.
I actually like Biggie more, but I'm more of a West Coast dude personally.
Yeah.
I've never really been to the East Coast. In real life, I've never been to New York. I've never been to New Jersey or Vermont or any of that stuff. I'd like to.
You literally mentioned two separate, different areas of the Northeast that have no correlation with.
But they're still East Coast.
Yeah, that's-
Vermont's East Coast.
That's literally all that they have in common.
Okay, I've never been to anything East Coast. I've been to Florida, and that's not the East Coast. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's technically
It's the
the
South.
East Coast, but it's not the East Coast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so at Modern Times Pod, if you want to look for us on YouTube, Modern Times Pod. Don't do the podcast because then you'll see some Charlie Chaplin shit that you do not want to watch. Again, Modern Times Pod.
In 3 different words: modern space time space pod. That's if you're googling our channel or looking our channel up in YouTube.
Yeah, and then shout out to Easton Centennial, Easton BJJ Centennial. Shout out to
Everyone, like, I want to shout out all our coaches, like, oh,
I
Professor
know.
V, Professor Ethan,
I
Professor
know,
Phil,
I
Professor
know.
Rozzy. We got Jake, we got Grant, we got all the homies. Shout out to everyone in the tribe.
Yeah.
and then
Really all Easton BJJ.
Yeah, that's
all
true.
of Easton
Any of the
BJJ.
schools in Colorado.
Professor Amal, thank you for starting this whole thing. Like, we would not.
Do you think he'll ever
we
watch
wouldn't
one of
know
these?
each other. I hope so. I mean, if it blows up, like, we're Easton.
I've had one conversation with him, and it was.
He's such a cool dude.
I know. And
That guy's awesome.
it was, yeah. Well, another day, but
Another
I
day,
feel
another
like
dollar.
Guys that who have been around that long and they're that big of names in the industry are
scene.
sort of hard to get into because everybody sort of wants something from them.
yeah, I know.
And
They don't want to expose them.
Yeah.
They don't want to give themselves away to everyone.
well, yeah, and they imagine,
But he does.
Well, imagine
He
the
does. He gives a lot.
revolving door that is white belts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You don't want to get your hopes up on anything.
yeah. You don't want to not
Invest
It
your
sounds terrible, but you don't want to invest
emotions
everything
and effort.
into this white belt that might not
Is
keep
gonna
going,
quit.
You know.
No, yeah, I get it. But Modern Times Pod, Shasta.world.
At ZKLE36. At SJ Rosenberg 1.
I think that's it.
What else do we got? Just please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's really what the grind is right now.
Yeah.
We
You guys
need
make it
subscribers. We need subscribers. We need,
Share. Let your friends know. Make fun of us. Write comments. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we want to hear input.
Tell us what you guys want to talk about. All right, we talked about hunting Mars, water on Mars,
entrepreneurship.
entrepreneurship, and UFC today.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about?
We're just like some
Super
young
race.
cats that are just growing up in this world.
Pharmaceutical
They
drugs.
kill you twice as fast, Butters. No, there's not.
Any topics that we're welcome to talk about. We want to grapple with everything. We want to talk about any topics you want to hear about.
I'm going to tell you, I know what Thursday I want to talk about big time because my buddy Kyle, who's coming out, I want to talk politics and I want to talk about civil injustice because he's
like
Yeah.
like that one talk we had about
yeah,
different rights.
Yeah. That's going to be, I think that's what's going to be Thursday.
Sweet.
For a good little 20 minutes there. But
Nice.
all right, well, I'm going to say goodbye, but I'm going to let Xander close it out.
Night, guys.
To close this out, today it is now July 31st because it is 1 a.m. and I have to wake up in 3 hours. I have my alarm set at 4 a.m.
He's got to wake up at 6 to actually go to work. I have to wake up at 7 to go to work.
Yeah, I have to wake up in 3 hours and drive
should just
for
sleep
2
here.
hours.
Nah, it'll just make the morning.
You can.
Suck more.
You can sleep here.
No, I need to go home.
So that was it. That was
Shower.
episode 2. It is now July 31st. That was episode 2 of Modern Times Podcast. I'm Xander. We got Ian as our guest. We got Stefan here. And I think we're out.
Night, y'all.
Peace.
Thank you guys. Like and subscribe.
Love you guys. Peace.
Goodbye.
Have a good time.